No, we're live. Hello. Okay, what's your Zoom handle? Hey, I'm looking for you. Yeah. Yep. You must stop about today.
Hello,
if you can hear us, SD, please kindly unmute yourself and your video. Okay. Unmute. We can't hear you yet.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Okay, cool.
Fantastic. Welcome.
Thank you.
How are you today?
I'm super cool. I'm fine.
Okay. I know the internet has made this possible for us to connect with you. A lot of people have connected on Facebook, on the group, Global Bosses, and we're
having a bit of a network challenge because it keeps hanging. Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now.
I don't know what is wrong.
Yeah, I
don't know what is wrong with the internet here now.
But I can hear you now.
Okay. Okay, we'll get started. My name is Charles Tambo. I'm the boss of the Global Bosses. I'm so excited to bring this show to us because
let me go to somewhere that might have better reception because it keeps hanging. I want to change position to somewhere that might have better reception. Can you give me 30 seconds? Can we do a 30-second break? Let me just move to another location that might have better reception.
Okay, it's okay.
Okay, 30 minutes. 30 seconds, not minutes. Places.
The network is acting up today. I don't know.
This is one of the things we face in Nigeria. Poor network. We'll overcome it. definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Okay. We'll survive. Yeah. Let's do this.
So we are waiting for your picture now.
Can you see me?
No, not
Can
yet.
you see me now?
It's only your name. Can you unmute your video?
Yeah, I've allowed the video. Video is on.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Not free now. Later. So, guys, you're welcome to today's show with our SD. We will just manage with the network. Sometimes it's like that. And all you want to do now at the moment, you want to drop in the comments where you are watching us from. I want you to share this video. I want you to apply the ATM system, add, tag, and message your team members, because they all need this to grow their business. In order for you to succeed in this business, you need to follow those who are successful in the business. And that's why we came up with this show, so that you can hear from the star directors how they made it to where they are, their journey so far, and the rest. And we are so opportune to have one of the best in our midst today as the two ITORO. I know you know her well. If you are someone who has attended our world several times, you know that this woman, whenever she MCs, there's no way you will not sit down and listen to what she has. So she has lots of leaders in her team. She has also built to the level of popping out star directors in her team also. So recently, she just gave birth to a new star director, and I heard one is also on the way. So guys, we are privileged to hear from the one of the best in Longbridge. So please pay more than the usual attention. Take notes. Whatever nugget. It's not, I'm feeding you. We are feeding you with so many things now. So all you need to do is not a must. You must apply all the things you are hearing from this star director, but pick something and work towards that thing, and you surely get to where you want to be. And so you are welcome, Hesdy.
Thank you, Charles Tambu. Thank you so much.
So we want to hear from you. You want to tell us how you started network marketing, your journey in network marketing, then how, without mentioning any company, then how you came on board Longbridge, and the journey so far in Longbridge, what advice you have for new ones who are coming on board, and what advice you have for old ones who have been on the system, those who are thinking of giving up their business. What advice you have for them? And those who are in the business, what can they learn from you?
Okay, I think we have a reach. Okay, you're back up. Can you hear me now?
Yes, I hear you.
All right. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Let me start by saying thank you to you for this nice, what's the word? This initiative, calling up leaders to speak with people. It's amazing. It's a great platform to share knowledge and all. Okay, so hi everyone. Thank you for tuning in today. My name is ITORO AKPAMA, 2-star director, Longbridge International. Thank you, Charles Tambu, SD Charles Tambu. Thank you for being so eager to share knowledge with everyone. Okay, so quickly, you said I should share my journey in network marketing and then narrow it down to Longbridge. So network marketing for me began about 8 years ago. At that time, I actually was totally green. I knew next to nothing about network marketing. However, I was willing to find out what was this industry that was churning out millionaires, you know, young ladies making a lot of money, and I was curious and I decided to learn. So I did a lot of reading, you know, talking with people, asking. And so the first company I got involved with was interesting, but I did not push that business because I had some, should I say, obstacles at that time that I could not surmount. I didn't want to be in a business that forced me to make sales, even when I didn't feel like selling. So I pulled out of that company. But it was a great company. And then I joined another company, made a lot of money there, raised a lot of leaders. But once again, I got that bottleneck of having to make sales every month. And it was, for me, that wasn't freedom, because what actually took me to network marketing was the promise of freedom. I had worked in the corporate sector for years, and you know how the corporate sector is. You have good pay, but you're quite busy. So I wanted something that would give me good money as well as freedom. Freedom in terms of time, freedom in terms of choices, you know. So when I got to know that network marketing can give me that, I got interested. And let me quickly say that I did not get interested in the companies. I got interested in the people who were showcasing these companies. So I was attracted to the leaders who were showing us the potential in the companies, and I got to learn from them directly, and also, of course, from the internet. I read like everything my eyes could land on concerning network marketing. So right now, when it comes to network marketing, I am easily an authority because I have been in it, I have learned about it from other people, and I have my own experiences. I've built a lot of leaders. So with all that background, when I met Longreach, it became a walkover because Longreach in itself is designed for ease. So it's designed for ease. Anybody will make it in Longreach if they learn the ropes. Then my experience also came to play. And so for me, Longreach has been a serious compensation for all the years that I've invested in network marketing.
Fantastic. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you.
The network is something else today.
It's very poor, yeah.
Maybe because I'm not in my regular location also.
Oh, okay.
With Abuja.
Okay.
So okay. That's okay, because I got something from you, how you started network marketing. You've read wide about the profession, and that has really also helped you when you joined Longreach. Can you now tell us your journey, how you got started, when you started, how it was at the beginning, and
okay, so in the beginning, when I joined Longreach, I'm one of those people who joined thinking they were doing their upline a favor. So I joined so that my upline would stop disturbing me in literal terms. I joined to please SD Hannah Wills, for those who know her, you know, because she was telling me this company is great, they have great products, you should be a part of it. And I did not believe that Longreach could be a platform that I could achieve my, you know, I have really big dreams. I didn't believe Longreach was that platform at that time because I did not know who Longreach was. So I just joined to make Ezihana let me be, you know, just like, so that my friend won't be angry with me. And so that's why I joined at the time. But as time went on, I began to watch her. I watched her. I saw that she had got tremendous results from using the products in her health. And then I also saw that they started to pay her. And I thought about it. I said, if this opportunity can give my friend better health and also pay her. Why exactly am I stalling? Why don't I take this opportunity and see what I can do with it? And so I humbled myself and began to ask her, what exactly do I need to do? And then beyond that, I began to read. So I was a slow starter. So for those here who are slow starters, maybe you didn't start with a bang, you didn't start with a lot of speed, and you're probably not so comfortable with the fact that other people are doing very well in a short space of time, and it's taking you time. You can get comfort and inspiration from my story. I was a slow starter. I didn't start with a bang at all. I started on a very poor footing when I joined Longbridge, because I had seen a lot in other companies who had promised me a lot and did not deliver. And so I felt I was not going to give Longbridge my energy, I just felt, okay, they have good products, I'll just buy it and go. But when I saw people begin to reap from what they were sowing in Longbridge, so I saw Oluchi, Udeme, and Hannah. They were the first 3 people who got cars in Akwa Ibom. That got me thinking. I said, I saw these young ladies begin this journey. And today they own brand new cars and they've been earning money. They've qualified for trips abroad. And so I said to myself, this thing is real. I can also be a part of it. And I began to search for knowledge. My thirst for knowledge is insatiable. For me,
so you joined the business. So you joined the business. You didn't do anything.
Yeah.
It was when you started seeing your upline having results before you took the business serious.
Yes.
Okay, I remember you said you got your uplines alert was one of the things that attracted you to that.
Yes.
She will get this small money. We're not asking her what kind of small money is this. Is this the kind of business?
Until the day she got 93,000 naira. When I saw 93,000 naira in a week, I quickly did the mental math. I said 93 in 4 places. Now that sounds like a monthly income I can begin to discuss. So yes, results got me interested. And then based on those results, I found out what they were doing and I began to duplicate it. So network marketing is pretty simple. All you need to do is find out what works and then duplicate it. Simply put, walk in the footsteps of those that have gone ahead of you. Yes, you will have your own added creativity, your own personal signature, okay? But it's pretty simple. Introduce 3 people. Now, those 3 people can be anybody. For me, my 3 people were quite easy. My husband, my sister, my mother. Very simple. Your low-hanging fruits. You don't need to go far. And then after that, you can add your friends, your children's friends, parents. People are actually everywhere. So people who say, I don't have 3 people, they just haven't learned to look. So personally, what I tell people, I say, if you know this thing you have is good news, you will be willing to share good news with other people. It is when people feel that network marketing is a burden, when they feel that it's a drag, that's when it becomes difficult for you to share with other people. So when someone says to you, I don't have 3 people, they are not saying they don't have 3 people. What they're actually saying to you is, I don't think this thing is good enough for the people I have. So it's our place to educate people. We have to constantly educate people. Once people are properly educated, the consequence of proper education is action. So as soon as people are properly educated, they will take action.
Fantastic. I believe so much in education. That's why when I got started in this business, I focus more on trainings a lot.
Yes.
Where people get to know what this profession is all about, because if you have the right education and understanding, you do the business well. And that was one of the things that also prompted this webinar, because people really need to know how to really build their business, how the star directors got to where they are. Now, I thank you for sharing what got you started and took your business up when you got started Longbridge. were there time where how did you now build to get to where you are? What were the building process like?
Okay, so as soon as I decided to give it my time and energy, I knew that I want to be at the top, because there's no point when there is the full 9 years, then you take 2 or 3 years. So if I want to set my heart to do something, I decide to go all the way. So as soon as I had spent my time researching the industry first, what's the network marketing industry about? So I learned about it, the history and all. I now moved a step further and I began to read about Longreach as a company. And by the time I understood who Longreach is, I now knew that I would definitely go all the way with Longreach. And that's why what I did first of all was to raise a team of people who could see what I was seeing. My team is called Dream Achievers because we sit and cultivate a dream. This is what we want. And you know, everything you see has been created twice. The first time was in the mind of the creator. So you sit and create the outcome, and then we start working through the process to reach that outcome. So it depends on what your plan is. I wanted a situation where I could be completely free financially and free for my family. So I believe in freedom when it comes to choices. I would like to be free enough to make a choice without checking bank balances. So this is what we need to do as a family. This is what we need to do as an individual. I don't need to check my bank balance. What I want to know is this the right thing to do? Yes. And then we go ahead and do it. So I raised a team of people who could see, people who could dream. I teach my team members to dream. I say, look, your dream has to be big enough to scare you. Something that you say, am I okay dreaming this kind of thing? But that's what to do. Yeah, we have to learn to dream big. And then we go for it. So first of all, what I did was raise a team of people to whom I could sell that vision that, listen, this Longreach thing, we can actually do a lot with it. It's beyond, I always tell my team, it's beyond toothpaste and pad. It's beyond weekly alerts. It's about how many lives can be traced to yours in appreciation. How many people can say, because you introduced me to this business, my life changed? Or because you did this for me? Well, how many communities can you point to and say, this is, a place I have touched? So it's way, way, way beyond, products and weekly alerts. It's pretty large. So that's what I did in the beginning, try to sell the vision to the people. So when people join my team, I usually ask them, what do you want to gain from Longreach? Why are you here?
Yeah.
So if you can define your why, then we can work out a process of how for you. Now, not everybody is able to go through that exercise. For some people, they feel, what are you asking? I came here because I want to make money. But you see, for those who can actually sit and think and articulate, it's easier for them because they've crafted their destination. It's like you now, Charles, you're in Abuja. Before you left Asaba, you knew where you were headed. You didn't go to the airport and just jump into any available aircraft. You actually bought a ticket for a particular destination. So you have to start by knowing your destination. Where am I going to? Do I want financial freedom? Do I want a healthier lifestyle? Do I want to build community? Do I want to build a community of people? Because that's part of network marketing. The fact that you build a community of people that you can work with. So let me know, what are you here for? And then we now craft a how for you, how to get there. Hello, Charles, are you on? Hello.
So,
all right.
Yeah, I can sorry. Hear you. I'm battling with the network here. So, thank you. You had to raise a team. I know every leader, if you check all the webinar, all of them has something to do with the team. So you need a team. You need to sell the vision to the team. Ask them for their why. Guys, if you are getting any nugget from this video, nugget you're getting from this video, if you're on Facebook, drop it in the comments. If you are on Zoom, I want you to drop into the comments. Now, were there challenges when you were doing your building your business? Were there times?
There are challenges every day.
I want to give up. Was there time you felt that way?
There are challenges every day. It's just that some days are, more challenging than the other. But there are challenges every day, every single day. So for me, some of the challenges I faced are not peculiar, really. Most of the challenges we face in network marketing happen to most of us, which is why it becomes easy when we learn from each other. So the few challenges I faced, first of all, I was coming from the corporate sector. I worked in one of the best banks in Africa. So I was coming from a place where you wear nice suits and go to work in a nice environment to a place where you're now speaking to people about how a company that produces soap and toothpaste can make them a millionaire. So some people looked at me and wondered at what point I lost it. How can you come out from this kind of corporate setting and then you're coming to talk about products as basic? If I had come out and I had gone into oil and gas maybe, or gone into heavy machinery, or gone into airlines, something that looks big, it may have been more acceptable. But you leave a multinational and come to speak about soap and toothpaste. So a lot of people felt sorry for me. They pitied me like, this is kind of downgrading. So I faced that, in quotes, I could call it mockery, but it wasn't overt, it was covert. The people were not quite sure, should they pity this girl or should they, support her? They were not quite sure. So that was a major challenge, trying to sell to them that, listen, this thing is $1 billion industry. And then another thing was basic. Every network marketer faces rejection. So a lot of people would say, I don't do network marketing. I don't get involved in things like this. I can use the products, yes, but I cannot be part of the growth of the company. So I faced rejection as well. And the rejection becomes worse when it's from people close to you. So those friends that you expect would jump at the opportunity. I remember telling a few of my friends, I would tell them, I said, I would have thought that because of how you regard me, I mean, we've been friends for years. So I would expect that if I come to you with an opportunity, you should validate it because it's coming from me. So initially, I would expect that my friends would jump at me because I was offering it. But no, I faced quite a lot of rejection from my friends who were close to me. They just did not get it. I also faced, of course, the issue of being disappointed. So you would go speak with someone and the person would say, yeah, good idea, great idea. I'm signing up at the end of the month. And then when the end of the month comes and you start calling the person doesn't pick up your calls anymore. So that disappointment was there as well. And then this one is something that really is quite heartbreaking. This challenge is people who join. They actually bring out their money, fill out a form, join your team. And then having joined, they now expect you to do all the work for them, which we know is not possible. And then when you are unable to do all the work for them, they now become angry, okay, and may say things about you that are not printable. So that is also a challenge we face regularly. Well, not regularly, but we faced it a couple of times, where someone actually joins your team and then goes back home to sit and expects you to build a team for him or her and help him earn weekly. And when you are unable to do that, because it's impossible to do that consistently, the person now feels betrayed, like, oh, she's growing, she's getting fast, she's traveling abroad, but she abandoned me. You know, so that's a major challenge too, trying to get people to take ownership of their business and work with you. So I tell people, I will work with you, not for you, you know, because I'm also working on my business, so we can work together. You don't just sit and fold your arms and expect someone else to do everything. So that's also a challenge. And of course, the major challenges in the company when you need a particular product and it's not available, that can be a major challenge. But you have to learn how to use available products per time to drive your business. There's also the challenge of growing businesses outside your country. That's a challenge. Sometimes it's language barrier. Sometimes you travel and you're homesick. So those are challenges too that we have faced and we've learned to overcome. And now this last challenge I want to speak about is for every mother who's doing language. I constantly face the challenge of having to leave my children sometimes, maybe for a company event or a presentation out of town. So for all the moms out there who have that challenge, you feel guilty, you feel like, oh, I can't make this trip because of this child. I want to encourage you. We all feel that way. But you see, even if you were working in a regular 9 to 5, you would still have to make trips sometimes without your children. When I worked in a bank, there were times I had to travel for trainings. I remember once I traveled for a 6-week training out of town. Another one was 2 weeks. Some would be 3 days. And of course, you won't go with your children, but you would go without thinking because you have an employer to answer to. At the end of the month, your salary will be the same. It won't increase. You see, but with language, you have a choice. So you can choose when to travel and when not to travel. And when you do travel and have a fruitful journey, your income will definitely increase. So that's a major challenge too. But you see, everything has to do with understanding and moderation. So we get to learn from each other. I keep emphasizing learning because truly, whatever challenge you are facing, someone else has faced it before. You may think it's unique to you, but it's not. By the time you share it, you find out that someone else had gone through that at some point, and you can learn how the person overcame it. So that's it in a nutshell. Quite a long list of challenges.
So I believe many of us out there can relate with one or two of the challenges, if not all of them, because every road to success, there's always a roadblock. You must find a way through it. Either you pass through it, up of it, side, anywhere you want to pass through it, make sure you don't stop because of this. Yes, anyhow, you must pass through it. So thank you for sharing this challenge. Many, when they see you get to start directors, they want to know, is it rocket science, how they got there? Maybe they have all the skill before they got started, that's why. Or somebody say, Charles, all your friends, I believe all your friends in other system joined you. That's why you got to where you are today. So, well, none of them joined me. The first person that joined me was a stranger, not even my family member. So, are you there? Hello? 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 Network going off and on. Can you hear me? You're back. Can you hear me? No. Let's wait for our guests to be up. I know you are getting a lot of nuggets from this video. The network is acting up today, even from my end. You can see from the SD, you can see that this thing, for you to get to where you want to be, it is not a smooth road. When you come on board this business, make sure you are applying some of the things you're learning from this video. Some of the things you think you're not doing well, make sure you apply them. We're all learning, even myself here. I'm also learning from the star directors. Success is all about learning from those who are successful.
Can you hear me now?
Business. So okay, you're welcome back. I can hear you. We'll continue to manage our network. So far,
okay,
let's what advice now? We're wrapping up. What advice do you have for new ones who are coming on board this business and the old ones?
I saw the screen. She said she wants to find out how she can build her business, seeing that she's still in active service at work. So I think I'll just start with that before I go ahead to do a general one. So a lot of us started network marketing while we were still working on the side. The first company I joined, I was still working when I joined before I resigned from my job. Yet, we have people who still work 9 to 5 who are still doing very well in network marketing. We have people who own their own businesses. So let me quickly use 2 examples. In the beginning, Charles Campbell mentioned that we just recently had a new star director a few weeks ago and another one a few days ago. Now, the one who became star director a few weeks ago, Pastor Anefield, she's a full-time pastor and she owns a school. She's a proprietress of a school. Now, that can be pretty busy, owning a school and pastoring a church. Yet, she just became star director in London. It's about time management and it's about prioritizing your activity. The second person who became a star director, if you switch on the weekend when she does not go to the office. Now she maximizes her Saturdays and her Sundays. She uses it to do presentations, both online and offline. She also uses it to invest in training her team. You see, that phone or laptop in your hand is a money-making machine that you can use. So when you close from work, what do you do? Money-making machine. Yes. What do you do with your time when you close from work? Now, let me give you 2 scenarios. Some soap operas. I knew everything happening in the soap operas, everything. I followed it every single night. And I was enjoying it. But in the last 2 years, I can count how many times I've sat to watch a soap opera. My son noticed, one of my sons noticed. He said, "Mommy, why don't you watch TV in this house?" And I laughed. I said to him, "Don't worry, I'm working so that very soon they can watch your mom on TV as well." You see, because I realized that the time I would sit in front of the TV screen, checking out these soap operas, I could use it to build my business. And so I used that time to reach out to my friends, reach out on cold calls online. I use that time for self-development. So I'm buying courses online, I'm reading books online, I'm reading hard copy books, I'm reviewing books with my friends, my book club members.
When your audio is, can you unmute yourself? Can you hear me? Can you unmute?
Okay.
Okay, it's okay now.
Yeah, all right. So I was saying that time management is what you need to do if you are a full-time worker, like the people's whose example I gave, Pastor, and people who work full-time, yet they have time sizing your activities. You know, you don't need the whole day to grow your network marketing business. Even if you develop okay, I'm back on.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. So things like simple basic activities can actually help very few people are doing network marketing. Very few. I run other businesses, brick and mortar business. So we still run other businesses. So there's really nothing like and prioritizing the activities. So that's for people who want. And then for those who say, oh, I'm new, how do I do this? Rocket science. It's pretty simple. It's about getting 1, 2, 3 people. It's a cure for poverty. And so in sharing, you educate. And in Sunday's result tomorrow. You have to build. It's precept upon precept. So yeah, get ready to build when you start on new people. And for those who have been in the business for a while, you probably feel, I've had people say to me, what's the secret? I've done everything, but I'm not still making it. I want to encourage you. It's not the same day you plant a seed that you harvest it. So if you're doing all the right things, know that that's your seed time, your planting time. Just keep planting. Allow a process of time and your harvest will surely come. Do your best practices. Keep learning, don't stop learning. And don't quit. The only people who don't finish are those who quit. But if you stay on the race, we can assure you that you will reach your goal, regardless of how long it takes you to reach. Hello.
Well, thank you very much for the nuggets you share. Some of them we didn't hear some because of the network. It was going off and on. Yeah. Then I think I got something why we should not be. It's important we don't quit.
Yeah, it's focus on our
there's a building process, and there is time for planting, there's time to harvest. So guys, you should take note of that. So I know there is no star director today that is not making money.
You're right.
Why should I be a star director? Why? The reason why we want you to be a star director is we want you to be financially free. If she is to mention, and just tell us how far, what is your success so far in Long Beach? Let's round up.
Okay. All right. So for me, my greatest success in Long Beach is the fact that I've raised a lot of financially free people across a lot of countries. In fact, and people are earning money in several because I introduced them directly.
Wow, what's happening to the network? I can't hear you.
Other people are financially free and living a healthier life because I introduced that God has blessed me with this. Yeah, greatest. Can you hear me? Oh wow.
Okay, we can hear you now. Hello, guys. Hello. Our network. Okay. No. It's breaking seriously from your end. Okay. No. We can't hear you. Well, guys.
All right. So I said my greatest success is.
We want to hear that part. I don't know what's wrong with the network.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. We want to hear that part. Okay. Hello. I hope you can all hear me also. Drop in the comments if you can hear me. The network is really acting up today. And I believe outside the network we've gotten some nuggets from today's video. You can pick one or two things she has shared. Drop it in the comments. Remember, learning is all about also teaching. Make sure you are sharing this with your team members. You are making them see the importance of connecting to this webinar all the time because they should learn directly from the start.
Can you hear me
You're
now?
back. Welcome back.
Yes.
So let's hear the final part. Let's hear from you.
All right. So quickly, like I was saying, my greatest success has been the fact that God has helped me raise leaders across many. So I live here with thousands of people earning money in several countries. For me, that's a great blessing. Regardless of how high I would have risen in the corporate sector, I wouldn't be able to share money in like 10, 15 currencies to people all across the countries. But through Long Beach, I've raised families that are financially free across several nations. That's an amazing blessing.
Fantastic. That's great. There's nothing like helping people
and then, of course,
get to where they want to be. Unmute yourself. We can't hear you. You are muted. Maybe if it, maybe you there? Wow.
Can you hear me now? Okay.
We can hear you now.
All right. So that was the first thing I said about my greatest.
Maybe if you change your location.
Yes, and then of course the material blessings have been.
Okay. Oh.
Enormous. Not like you can even see like.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then of course, every star director in Long Beach has got a lot of material benefits. I've got a lot of cars. I mean multiples of cars. I've traveled to several countries. I've even turned down international trips. You know, now the problem we have is which country should we go to? We sit at the year or medians. You know, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 countries this year. I'll monetize the rest. I remember when I was on maternity leave, I could not travel with my baby. I got the money for my trips instead, and they ran millions of naira. So I'm very interested in the bank to look. I need people to wake up and pay attention. Long Beach is here to actually show us a better way. It's Eric Worre that always says, network marketing is not perfect. So I agree with the critics who say there's a lot of problem in network marketing. I agree with you. But what industry does not have its fair share of problems? So we're not saying we're a perfect industry, but we are telling you that we have a better way. And we are willing to show you, especially company, very flexible, and it listens to the needs. And so people who are still contemplating, we have an error else follow. And so with this model, better results.
Thank you very much for sharing with us your story, telling us what the challenges you went through, what helped you in the business. From all the webinars we've had so far, what helped all the leaders to get to where they are is because they decided to go pro. Pro, guys. So I want you to drop in the comment now. Yes. Go pro, guys, go pro.
Go pro, pro. Read all you can read.
Books, they absorbed
self-development.
You get it. They apply all the things they've been learning, and today they also help their team go pro, and that is why they are where they are today. And so if you've not decided to win, there's no way you can win, guys. If you've not, you see that the reason why you are not making it in this business is because you are playing small. You're not doing the needful. And so
dream big. Increase your dream ability. Dream big.
Yes.
Dream
big. So thank you very much, my SD, for this opportunity we have with you. Thank you for the time. I know you're a very busy woman. The network hearted up seriously today. There's no problem. We'll continue our next show on Wednesday. We'll let you know the timing. Our SD She's not available in the evening. That's why we did it this time. I hope others will be available in the evening also. If they are not, we're going to use their timing. Just take note, this show is for Wednesday. Thank you very much. I hope we can handle that.